Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my review for the family Chantel, Season 1, Episode 2. I told y'all as long as it gives me something to talk about, if it gives me something, I will give it to y'all at the same time, okay? So if you have not done so already, please be sure to do what, people? That is right. Like the video. Okay, like the video. Like the video. Like the video. Okay. Thank you very much. I know that this helps YouTube know that people are watching and liking your favorite YouTubers' content. Okay. And if you hit dislike, it doesn't mean they would know people don't like her. Nope. It just means you're an asshole. Love ya. Anyway, do not forget again to subscribe as well. As I'm going to say in a couple of videos, y'all know if you see a video and it's up at one moment and down the next, it's because YouTube has put it under review. We have put it on private for YouTube to review it, and then we will put it back up as soon as it is approved. So remember, always come back and look for the video like the next day, the same day. Like, come back. If you usually watch that review, come back and look for it. Okay, we try to announce it on our IGs and on our Twitter, so that's why you also need to follow your favorite YouTubers, especially me, on my IG or on my Twitter. The links are in the description box below. It's still J_Lees_Corner. Okay? But yeah, YouTube has been flagging us like crazy. I'm pretty sure y'all know about that. So, again, if you see a video up and it comes down, it's because we're waiting for it to be approved. But it will be back up, so come back and watch it. Anyway, let's get started. Pedro goes to see a lawyer because Pedro wants to bring his mother and his sister to the United States of these Americas. Okay? I don't know why, girl. I don't know why. The lawyer like, okay, so this is what you have to do. One, you have to be a U.S. citizen. If you're a U.S. citizen, you can easily bring them over here because you're a U.S. citizen. If you're not a U.S. citizen, which Pedro is not, Pedro just has a green card. In order to do it, you have to have your spouse's assistance. Like, the spouse has to be involved and approve and, co-sign to you bringing the family over here, from wherever you're from. And so, so your wife would have to come to these meetings where we'll ask you things about them coming over here, whatever. He knows for a fact Chantel is not going to back him up to bring his crazy mama and his crazy sister to the States. So she also tells him how much it will cost, okay? She said for the mom alone, it will be $7,000. And then for the sister, it will be at least an additional $2,000. And Pedro does not have $9,000. And that's the least that it will cost. And that's if there are no issues, any extra fees, and all that stuff. So it's going to probably be like 11, 12 grand. He ain't got it. You want to know how we know he ain't got it? Because they still in that little ass apartment. And it's not up in the sky. Anyway, so, I realize I cannot do this without Chantel. Even if you could do it without her, the fact that you're meeting with a lawyer behind your wife's back to secretly try to get your mama and your sister to the States, you should not be married. Okay. Anyway, we see Daddy Chantel. I don't know what her daddy name is, so his name is Daddy Chantel. So Daddy Chantel is in his garden working. He raking some leaves and mowing the lawn, doing yard work or whatever. And he talking to the son River, okay? Brother Chantel. So River is the one, of course, who got into the fight with Pedro, and he has not seen Pedro in over a year since that fight happened. So the daddy bring up how, the son is kind of stubborn or whatever, and what I'm saying, and at times if he don't like somebody, he just don't like them, and he don't want to be around them. And he like him saying he hope his son can come around to wanting to go to family counseling. But River like, look, I don't want to be around him. I don't get why it's an issue for me not wanting to be around Pedro. He brings up how the daddy then said, like, I wish my son could mature a little bit more to understand how counseling is a good idea. Counseling is a good idea, but I kind of agree with River. Pedro don't really want counseling. And I don't feel like it's going to work, okay? It may take some... Pedro barely, in my opinion, speaks fluent English. I feel like he sometimes is looking for the words to make sure that he's saying things the right way. He's still learning our language, truthfully be told. So I feel like if he is still learning our language, how can he go to counseling and understand everything the counselor is trying to get him to get when he don't even know all of the words, okay? But you know what I mean, counseling? River brings up how for him, he felt like everything was good before Pedro came around or whatever. The family was good. They was communicating fine. You know, they didn't have secrets or whatever. And then here come Pedro. You got Chantel lying about the little why Pedro was here. And this whole Chantel did a whole bunch of lying. Okay, and so the brothers kind of blaming Pedro for all the lying that Chantel did. I blame Chantel because again, back then Pedro didn't really speak English, so he didn't know what was fully going on, even though he knew what was going on. But I'm like, that was more Chantel than Pedro, but whatever. So, you know, he really says Pedro is a disease to our family. It's been so much drama since he got here. That is true, but guess whose fault that is? Chantel's. Anyway, so he like Chantel's always crying, like she wasn't crying so much and she wasn't always hurting. Again, before Pedro got here. But guess who brought Pedro here? Chantel. Got it right. So he tell his daddy like, look, you know, all no, the daddy say to him like the questions you have about why, you know, was she crying, why this, why that, you know, Pedro this, Pedro that, all of that can be addressed in counseling, okay? So you should come to counseling, and then you know, you're like, well, I don't know, because I don't know how I'm gonna react when I see him, because again, I have not seen Pedro in over a year, and I don't know if when I see him if it's gonna be on site. Okay, if I see him, if it's gonna be like this punch, 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 or whatever. So he like, I'll think about it. We see Pedro call his mom and his sister to basically tell them that he really can't bring them here yet. Now, what he doesn't tell them is, I can bring you here if Chantel helps me do it. He didn't tell them that. He just told them that he can't bring them here because he's not a U.S. citizen and he only has a green card. Now, that is partially true. Without Chantel, he can't bring them here with him not being a U.S. citizen and only having a green card. So he's not lying to them. He's just omitting information. And so the mom like, well, you need to make a better effort. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing enough. You know what I'm saying? How can you leave me here? I'm like, leave you where? You were born and raised there. No one is leaving you anywhere. Like Pedro mama need to get some penis. Okay, up in the Dominican Republic. Like, you are, girl, get some penis all up and through you, because to act like Pedro is leaving you where you live. You live there. You live there. Your daughter, he didn't leave you there, okay? He didn't go somewhere else without you. He is just living his life, lady. Now, if he left you in America, that's something to say, why would you leave me here? Because you ain't from there. Girl, you at home. Be there, Mama Pedro. Anyway, you know, but I don't believe you can't do, why you not doing more? I'm like, you you old heifer. Old heifer. You know, he then like, look, do you even know how much it's gonna cost me to get y'all here? She's like, oh, how much is it? You know, he said, you know, around $11,000. What is that? That's nothing. Like that's nothing for a mom. No, it's 11 grand for a mom. Look, I love my mom to death, okay? But I feel like if I had to pay 11 grand to bring my mama where I am, I would have stayed where I was. Okay? Or I would be in a good enough situation to where the person I'm with would want my mom here. Okay? But y'all know me, I ain't going nowhere without my mama. Point blank, period. But me and my mom have a great relationship, and anyone I'm with would also have to love her the exact same way. The simple fact that Pedro's mama and his wife hate each other is Pedro's fault. Okay? Well, and Chantel's, but still, I digress. Anyway, the mama is acting like a jealous ex-wife or a jealous wife. Truthfully, you should bring me here. That's nothing. You know, you ain't helping. Lady, calm down. Anyway, excuse me. So she then talking to her little confession thing or whatever. The mama then say the reason she wants to come is to what she wants to do when she comes. She wants to go shopping, see the malls, and see the buildings. Not get a job, not start a business. She wants to shop, see the malls, and see the buildings is what she wants. She said because there's an expression in their country that says if you die before you see the United States of America, you die blind. Well, some people may just die blind. And my thing is, if you have not made a way for yourself to get here and you are older than all of your children, then you didn't want to come here. Okay? Anyway, so she brings up how, because I want to come here and I want to see the buildings, go shopping, see the malls. Nicole can come and she can learn English and she can, go far there. Don't nobody want Nicole over here. You keep Brace Face over there, okay? I don't like Nicole. I just got her name and wrote it down, but I don't like her as the all, okay? And Nicole, like, girl, I don't care what Nicole said, honestly. Moving on. So the sister do say to Pedro that I'll be the happiest in my life once you divorce your wife. And the mama like, Chantel is phony. It is horrible to see how the families talk about each other. Now, I'm going to say this. I have not myself witnessed Chantel's family dog, the family. I have, however, seen her family dog Pedro. But the way his mom and sister just so disrespectful to Chantel is funny to me. Like, and Pedro don't care. I see Chantel shut her people down more than I ever see Pedro shut his girl. I don't know why they still married. Like, after seeing this season air, if I was Chantel, how could you stay married to him? I don't care how good it got in the end. Once I see the playback of what you allowed them to say about me when I wasn't around, I don't trust you, bruh. At the all. Anyway, he says he don't know what he's gonna do because he's stuck in the middle. Your fault. They go to counseling. River ended up showing up. At first he wasn't there, but they all show up. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they was in a community center gymnasium, okay? Or in a community center, the rec center, or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, the counselor brings up River said at first he didn't want to go because he felt like counseling is not going to stop Pedro from cheating on my sister or treating her like crap. Well, that's what it's supposed to do. That's what it's supposed to do, but I feel like I feel that River feels like Pedro ain't gonna change. Like, that's not gonna change what he's doing, so ain't no point in us going. And I say I kind of agree. First of all, River walked in looking like River, to me, looks like Sideshow Bob. Okay, he is wholeheartedly Sideshow Bob, and I feel like when he walked in, because he came in last, because Pedro and Chantel was there, and, the mom and the daddy, the sister, whatever, and when he walked in, I feel like Pedro felt like, I seen a ghost. Because, again, they have not seen each other in a year, okay? And this was Pedro's face. This was Pedro's face when River walked in, like, oh shit, like, is he gonna murder me? And I'm like, Pedro did walk in like Sideshow Bob trying to kill Bart, okay? Pedro is Bart Simpson, Sideshow Bob, okay? Y'all know on The Simpsons, Sideshow Bob tried to kill Bart a whole bunch of times, okay? So, Sideshow Bob, Bart Simpson is what it was. So, they sit down or whatever, and the doctor has, like, the parents move seats, had Chantel move seats. So now it's like, it's Pedro, her mama. No, it was Pedro, her daddy, her sister, her mama, her, and then River. So, again, Pedro just looks so scared, looks shocked or whatever. So, and the mama looked like she just happy your plan came together because River is there looking a little bit pissed off. So, the doctor first asked them all to take their shoes off. And I was like, well, that's okay. I said, is it because people can't fight barefoot? Or you want them to have socks on so if they try to run, they'll fall? I don't know. But he said he want everybody to feel like they're on the same footing. Meaning we're all barefoot in this room, waiting for the cakes to dry because it's going to be a bake sale tomorrow. Anyway, Chantel speaks first. And she brings up how for her in the beginning of her and Pedro's relationship, she feels like her family was wholeheartedly interested in Pedro and getting to know Pedro, whatever, but his family was not interested in getting to know her or her family. Pedro then does a rebuttal, okay, and he take these pictures off. He says how they were in, the DR or whatever, and how my family, we drove 7 hours. My grandmama had cooked all this food or whatever, and her family did not even got the car. Now, I seen that, okay? Not that that was rude, but it was, he said, I guess because we have machetes or whatever, but that's what we have. But you hear in the audio to where they like, we drove all the way out here, it's dark, it's nighttime, we can't see nothing, we don't know what's going on over there, and they didn't feel safe. At the same time, you knew we were going to Pedro's people's houses. I would have at least got out the car, because I do feel like, because they not only did not get the car, they didn't even explain to Pedro why they didn't. They just kept saying, we're going back to the hotel. No, we're not. Like, y'all didn't even, I feel like if y'all were just like, we can't see nothing, we don't feel safe, like, we want to see where we are. Pedro could have at least when he got a flashlight, maybe flash something, but y'all stayed in the van and did not got the car and then went back to the hotel. So I digress. He said that his family at that point in time felt disrespected. So where's the respect for my family? Like, why would they not apologize and like be respectful? Pedro, you and your family could not even pull that car because both families have been disrespectful to the other. Period. River then says, well, let me talk. Let me talk. Let me say something. He then said, he like, look, flat out. What did I do at the table to make you attack me where you did? You know what I'm saying? You want respect, but you never apologize for what you did. He says, all I ever wanted was for you to respect my parents and not be rude to them. And you was rude with them. And all I did was said, Nigga what? Okay. And he knocked the little chandelier thing towards him or whatever. Wow. River can't act like he was sitting there quiet at the church mouse and Pedro just out the blue jumped up and punched him. That ain't what happened. At the same time, Pedro has to admit that he got loud and rude with the mama, saying, oh, be quiet or whatever, which made River react, which then made Pedro react, but Pedro did not have to go over there and start swinging. Okay, so again, everybody did some wrong in the scenario, but no one kind of wants to admit that they did wrong. So when Pedro say, what did Pedro say? No, Pedro says something, but he's only addressing Pedro was only addressing the doctor whenever anyone said something to him, and Pedro said something about why he did it, but it was dumb. I didn't care, so I didn't write it down. So the doctor then said, well, look, can you at least understand and see how do you admit that you told the parents to be quiet? He said, well, yeah. He said, well, can you see how that was offensive or disrespectful, and that's why the River reacted, whatever? Can you at least apologize to their parents for being rude in that situation? He says, no, I don't want to do that. No. I'm like, see, that's what River meant. Pedro won't even accept the littlest bit of responsibility for any little thing. Like, he just keep acting like I don't want to say sorry. I don't want to apologize. That's why you full of shit, Pedro. Full of shit. Anyway, so at that point in time, the doctor asked, like, are y'all okay with their marriage? And the mama said, like, look, I don't like how it happened because, again, Chantel surprised them like 4 or 5 days before they had to get married. So they didn't know they were getting married until like the fifth, it was like 5 days to the wedding. The mom said, I felt like it was a brokered deal, for money or something, like in exchange, like a favor. So just say you think, they bought your daughter or your daughter's buying them, you know what I'm saying? And she feels like it all happened in lies and deceit. I mean, there's something to it, but I don't think it was wholeheartedly like a scratch my back and not scratch yours. I do think like Pedro wanted to marry an American. He found an American, they fell in love, and they got married. And then now it just is what it is. And his family, his mama and sister, is who's making it worse, truth be told. So Pedro said, we know what, that's not true. I love my wife, and that's why I married her, excuse me. But my wife never defends me. She always tell her family whatever we're going through, whatever. And I feel like I need someone here who has my back, and she never has my back. You know what I'm saying? He like, I want, you to be like my dad. I want you to be like my brother, pointing to daddy and the son and the brother. He says, but that just won't happen. He like, so that's why I plan to bring my mom and my sister here. They was like, what? What? Chantel is shocked again. He ain't talking to Chantel about it, so she was shocked as well. She didn't say nothing in the moment, but you can tell that she was like, "What do you, what?" The daddy said, "You can tell Chantel didn't know." She didn't know. Hell, Pedro don't even know, but it is what it is. Chantel in her confessional said how she was pissed off, she was confused. Like, why would you drop a bomb like that in counseling when I don't even know about it? Like, why would you do that? And I said, because Pedro is Pedro. He don't care about nobody but himself and his mom and his sister, which is a little bit weird to me, but I guess it is what it is. And the mom like, you know what I'm saying? See, I knew he had a reason to marry my daughter, whatever, and now it makes sense. He married her so that he could be here and bring his mom and sister here. It seemed like that's true. Okay, my head been falling. It do seem like that's true because now you out the blue bring them here without telling anybody. But I guess it is what it is. So the doctor then said, "Well, okay, we're gonna end it here. But like, do you see how I have y'all seated?" And she was like, "Well, yeah. What's the issue? The issue?" He said, "I have your parents or your family in between y'all because y'all are gonna either always have y'all family in between y'all, or y'all will start putting yourselves first and quit the bull crap." And I'm like, I don't think they're gonna ever quit the bull. I can't see how the season ends on any kind of positive note because Pedro would not take accountability for anything, for nothing, and it's crazy. Anyway, I'm my girl. Bye. So they end the session or whatever, and nobody gets beaten up. We see we see a little scene of Winter with her boyfriend Jai. Some going on there. Some going on there. We see them there like a little paint and sip thing. We call it paint and sip here. Um, where they paint, drink a little wine or whatever, have a good time. So they there having a little date or whatnot. And because she bring up how because Chantel going through her bull crap that her man ain't been able to have enough time together. And so, but it's so much drama, but we gonna chill out or whatnot. So they talking, I don't care about much what they were saying or whatever, because producers then asked the dude job, like, well, things are going well between you and Renner, right? He like, well, yeah, it is or whatever, but however, I have something I need to tell her before her family gets a chance to tell her. And I'm like, what you gotta tell her? I feel like he's married. I feel like he is legally married to somebody. He has not gotten a divorce, and that's what he wants to tell her before somebody else can tell her. That's what I think it is. So if it is, it is. If it ain't, I don't know. It can't. That's the only thing it could be that won't constitute like him cheating on her or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he got like a baby in the way, that's crazy. But I feel like, what if he has a whole, like a legal wife somewhere that she don't know about? Girl, it'll be some stuff in the water. So again, they good, but it's something that she don't know about him. And it makes you wonder, like, have y'all just been kicking it 5 years? Or are y'all a full-fledged couple? Because for 5 years, it's not much I should not know about you. That's no big thing. Not no big thing. So we lastly see Pedro, family talking or whatever, and basically his mama talking about how she want to come here, whatever. Chantel wants all of Pedro's attention. That's his wife. She should want her husband's attention, mama. Pedro, shut your ass up somewhere, okay? How she wants to come to America, and because Pedro was there along with a horrible family, meaning Chantel family's horrible or whatever. And then she said how Chantel can pack her bag because she on the way. And I'm like, girl, I cannot deal with his mama and his sister really talking like Pedro is a single man in America and they just waiting to come over here. Not he's a whole married, a grown adult man with a wife, and he should be worried about his wife. We see Pedro and Chantel in the car driving around somewhere, and they're discussing Pedro saying in counseling how he wants to bring his mom and sister to the States, and she's pissed off that he did not talk to her beforehand. You know what I'm saying? And she's upset because he did not even that he not talked to her. They didn't even have a discussion about it at the all. So she brings up how his mom and his sister can't even support themselves in the DR. So if he brings them here, he's going to have to physically support them here as well. And I feel like it's cheaper to support them in the DR than it is here. In my opinion, I'm assuming. And like, they shouldn't come here if they can't support themselves. They should not. They should not come here if they cannot, if they don't have any inkling or any want to sustain their own life here. Like, I don't get how that can happen. Do they not have any money? Do they even speak English? Do they speak English? I don't think they speak English because it's always a trap. Girl, you gonna bring your non-English speaking mama and sister, or at least lack thereof English speaking mom and sister, to America when they don't get along with your wife and it just pay, girl, no. Mm-mm. My people would have to have a plan. I want y'all here, yes, but I'm not gonna be y'all bank. Pedro's stupid. Or it could be, look, I don't know. It couldn't be my life. Chantel is a fool. As Adam say, a fool, a mock, and a moron if she allows him to do this. Girl, divorce that man all up through the court system, okay? Today, tomorrow, or whenever. So at that point in time, she said, I can't trust you. You know what I'm saying? We used to be able to like finish each other's sentences, and now we can't. Like, it's like you're a whole stranger. Oh, I'm a stranger, so you're gonna put me out now? I need to move out the house. She's like, got the car. She's like, if you want to get out the car, you can. And she kind of pulled over, and he got out. And I'm like, like, what is going on here? And girl, it's crazy. But again, girl, I don't know. It would not be me. Could not, would not, should not, any other not be me. And that's about it. So that was the whole episode of y'all. I hope y'all know this show is kind of stupid, but I give it to y'all because y'all want it. And the minute it ain't enough views, I'm not doing it anymore. Peace.